Colorado Avalanche have arrived. They stand at the doorway of their date with destiny, and they are the one who knocks. Their final test of worthiness is the ultimate litmus test as they face the two-time defending Stanley Cup champion, Tampa Bay Lightning. They are the NHL's final boss, the Mike Tyson to Colorado's Little Mac. Can the Avalanche finish off what would be one of the greatest wire-to-wire seasons in NHL history by planting their flag atop the league? There are no more mountains to climb or demons to exorcise. No matter the result, their next step is into hockey immortality. Will the Avalanche be a footnote or the main character? It's time to make history or be history.
Here we are. DNVR Avalanche pregame show. Presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. Use code DNVR when you sign up for a new account to get amazing odds boosts every single day. Be sure to go over there and use the code. Also, check out Sexy Pizza, which should be delivering us pizza any minute now. We might have to eat it live on the pregame. We'll see. Anyway, you can get 15% off with them. You use the QR code right on screen to order. Go to sexy.pizza to get your pizza
whatever
today.
makes the killers go down easier.
Yeah.
That's some sexy pizza. Let's get that up in here. Let's go.
I feel like it's been on forever.
I feel like it won't end. Absolutely, it won't end.
On the whole, the Avs are up 1-0 in the series. This is game 2 in Denver. Is holding home ice advantage crucial for Colorado here? How important is game 2? Or is it really game 3 that's the critical one?
Every game is critical. Stanley Cup Final. Every win is one less win that you need the rest of the year. There's no more steps after this. You got 3 to go. They've got 4. It's huge that you hang on to it. It's huge that you hang on to it.
I mean, you want to, right? Like, you want to win this game.
It's huge.
Well, you want to win the game
at
at home. You want to win the game at home. You want to win all your games at home because it's like an emotional thing, right? Like, you win your games at home, you're fine.
Your games at home, you're
win.
done.
Exactly.
You have won the thing.
Exactly, and
You're
you can
free.
talk yourself out of like, look, we went to Tampa Bay, we just didn't have it, they won.
And if you win this game, you hold home ice. Now all the pressure is on them in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, because
they have to return that favor.
If you break serve in Tampa Bay,
then you are guaranteed no worse than coming home to Denver in Game 5 to play for the thing.
Yep.
So it's huge that you hang on to it. It's huge that you hang on to it.
Okay.
They gotta have it.
So we find it important. Understood. Both teams got an extra day off before this hockey game. It sounds like Andrew Cogliano is dressed for warm-ups at the very least.
I'm really glad, because if he was naked, it'd be awkward.
Is that not like a alpha male move if you come out for warm-ups naked?
You came out to warm-ups bare-ass naked?
Yeah.
Just skates?
What's more of a power move, that or Winnie the Poohing it?
Ooh, shirt only. Ooh. Still repping the logo, but your junk's hanging out?
Yeah.
In terms of power move, that.
Yes, Winnie the Poohing it. Let's go.
Yeah.
I
don't. Nothing like that going on. Presuming Cogliano will be in, we'll see.
We're going to continue to operate under the assumption that he is.
Yeah.
He's fist bumping people. He's dressed. He's out there.
I mean, if he's fist bumping people with a broken hand, he's a man and he's ready.
He's ready.
So, we'll talk about that in a little bit. But going into this game, the main thing I wanted to focus on are the adjustments. Where can each team find some edges after game 1? It's, again, they had 2 days off, so maybe they've had a little bit more time to look at some footage, target some specific things. Is there anything you think you can see for the Avs to adjust on? Because over the past 2 days, we were like, look, really, you just want the Avs to play the same game. But is there something specific you can draw out?
I don't know if I'd classify this as an adjustment, but when I look at areas where I think that they have more to give, I'm specifically looking at Darcy Kuemper. And some of that's with the acknowledgement that he hadn't played since May 31st. He goes into game 1. He's probably shaking off more rest than the rest of the team is even. And so I think that he has more to give by comparison, because you could say that every area has more to give. Within the forward group, they were really successful at shutting down Nathan MacKinnon, so I think that we're not going to see that happen as easily tonight. Kind of similarly, Makar and Taves got shut down because they were doing best on best, so they have a little bit more to give. But everybody executed almost close to the best of their ability, except I think Darcy Kuemper stands out as the one with even more to give among everybody else.
All right, so better goaltending.
And I think we're going to see it, too. That's with respect to him. I say that lovingly. I think it's going to be better.
You feel pretty good about the Avs if it is better, right? So
definitely.
Blais, go to you for this one. A lot of people were giving the Avs a lot of credit for their physicality in Game 1. Can they keep that up through this series?
Absolutely. I think what you're seeing from the bottom 6, I thought if you went and watched Darren Helm, I mean, again,
10 hits.
10 hits. Yep. Hit leader right there. But everybody was super physical. Like you saw the hits come when you're tracking the puck, and they did a great job of that in Game 1. Like, they were all over the puck carrier. They were finishing hits. I think that the Avs have that game this year in them. So,
all right.
Yep.
A lot of confidence there. The other side of the coin, Tampa Bay. I think the obvious one is they need to clean up their puck management a little bit. We saw them struggle against the Avs forecheck.
Victor Hedman played a horrible game.
Yep. No two bones about that one. Multiple turnovers that led directly to goals from Victor Hedman. Maybe not directly, but indirectly. Either way, you know they have better in the tank on that side, on Tampa's end.
Yeah.
Is this... How desperate do you guys expect Tampa to be tonight? Because we saw them go down 2-0 against New York. We've seen them be fairly comfortable regardless of the situation. But it's the Cup final, right? Is there not that feeling of if you're down 2-0, you feel like you're in trouble a little bit? Do you expect Tampa to be 110% tonight?
Desperate, I don't know, but motivated.
Okay.
For sure. I think that they feel like they can play a better game, and they most of their focus over the last 24, 48 hours has been them. It hasn't been, oh, well, the Avs this and the Avs that. It was, all right, well, we can play better, we can clean this up, and then, let's see what kind of game we're in. If we take care of our business, let's see where that game goes and where we end up.
Sure.
And so I think, I think that's a good mentality for them to have. That's a healthy mentality. Yeah. And we've talked about when Colorado has not had great games. Oh, hey, clean these things up and we'll see what kind of game they're in. And typically they win those games. So you're talking about teams that just don't string together losses, both of these teams.
Yep.
They don't string together losses. They respond to adversity really well. So I think you'll just see the Tampa Bay team that made them champions.
And they have that experience, right? They've been here. Yeah. Like, they know what to do. They're
not about to panic.
No. That's why they keep on ending up in the Stanley Cup Final.
Yeah. We got 279 from Jake here saying, I don't know, Yacht Fund. Thank you very much.
Well said, Jake.
Going on down the list here, we can get into the depth forwards. Assuming Cogliano is in, you drop him back on the fourth line.
Yeah, he'll play with Sturm and Newhook.
Yeah.
And they'll leave that weird
third line mix, Logan O'Connor Helm kind of thing.
Yep,
yeah.
With Lehkonen, Yep. They'll leave that one alone.
So
and then, it'll be like last game. Lehkonen, Rantanen is on that line with Comfer and Burakovsky, but we'll get extra shifts. Lehkonen will be on that line, but we'll get extra shifts elsewhere.
Of course.
It won't be hard and fast with the lines.
Is there any thought to inching up that time on ice for that fourth line with Cogliano in then? Because they really only played 6-ish minutes in game 1. Are you trying to get 8, 9, 10 out of them tonight?
You'd love if they played well enough to justify that. Yeah, absolutely. Like, you'd love that. But your expectation...
I think it's really
You get what you
dictated
get,
by the score as well.
Yeah.
Like what
True.
happens.
I think you would say plan for 6 and hope for a reason to give them more.
Yeah.
Anything less than that, and you're really asking, like, why is this group playing?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Because it is kind of a weird blend, too. Even with Cogliano back in the mix, it's not as solid as what we saw when it was Helm, Cogliano, and O'Connor. And I think that some of that does need to be sheltered then if it is a little bit blended.
Yeah, I mean, I do almost wonder, especially if that line does end up with a 5-6 minute type night. Maybe they throw a Cogliano, Helm, O'Connor in a 4th line situation, something like that.
I could see that being utilized.
Yeah,
Obviously.
I mean, it could also, yeah, you're right. I mean, the way that he plays could lead to, you know, we'll make this a real 3rd line.
Yep.
And we'll move MacKinnon around, and then depending on Burakovsky, Comfer, like, they all played like okay the other day, so it was pretty easy to do what they did. But yeah, like, play, score, all these things will dictate what, like, the real usage ends up being here.
Bednar has certainly never been afraid to run the hot hand if one of those dudes is going.
Yeah.
Willing
I mean,
to give them.
You see the occasional, like, Logan O'Connor gets like a 14-minute night, and that's because he likes what he's seeing out of that guy.
Okay, the other topic I wanted to get into here with the depth is you only saw 1 point from the Avs defense the other night. That's not to say they didn't play well. That's not to say they didn't do their job, particularly on the defensive end. But do the Avs need more offensive impact from their defense?
Well, I think it's especially like Cale Makar, because what makes him special is what he does on both ends.
Yeah.
And there were things defensively that he could clean up in game 1, but of the guys, like, we talk about how Mikko Rantanen plays really well off of long breaks. Makar's not that guy.
Yeah.
He's usually a guy that takes a game
Ramps
or
it
two.
up a little bit.
Yeah, and he kind of works his way into it. Now, he played pretty well in game 1, but it wasn't there offensively, and that's always the part of his game. When you're wanting more from him, that's almost always the side of the puck that very noticeably you're like, oh, this guy, he's got a different level.
Yep.
And so I think, yeah, like, you're absolutely looking for Cale Makar to be a little more involved. I think he had 9 shot attempts and none on goal in game 1.
Yeah.
So you're expecting him to at least make Vasi in particular work a little bit more than he did in order to stop those pucks. But I think that the defense as a whole has a little bit more to give on that end. But if they repeat their defensive performance from game 1, I mean, a couple of snafus, obviously, that EJ and Makar each have like a moment.
When you have
there.
big, obvious mistakes, those are easy to fix.
Yeah, right.
I thought their most offensive defenseman was Byram last game. Like, he was the one stepping up a lot into the play. You saw it over and over and over again.
Certainly the only one that ended up with a point, so.
It's true.
I think a little bit more on that, too.
Yeah.
But I think some of that is Tampa Bay responding to and respecting who Cale Makar is and
I agree.
intentionally shutting him down and seeking that out. So I think with respect to both teams, there's a lot of players that were held behind a dam almost, and they were learning a lot about each other. After the second period that the Avalanche had, I think defense became a priority especially, and Makar focused a lot of his game on executing defensively. And so I think he has more to give, but I also think he gave a lot in game 1. And both teams are going to have their hands full. That I think all of the attempts that Makar had from game 1, there's going to be some things that start to translate a little more into game 2, because Tampa's going to have their hands full shutting down the rest of the Avalanche as well. Like, it'll be hard to just shut him down. And so I think we're going to see more from him offensively too after what we saw in game 1.
And, you know, it is one of those things, too, where I think this is probably the first year in the NHL for Cale Makar where he's learning how to play against teams that are saying, that's the guy we're trying to stop.
Target, yeah.
So he's adapting and adjusting a little bit as well. I agree. I
It's
think
basically
it's a great
what the
point.
Celtics tried to do to Steph Curry.
Yeah, how'd that
in
work
Game
out
5.
for him?
Well, I mean, they shut him down for one game, but then it didn't work out. Like, right? You can only keep a good player down for so long.
Yep. So, look, it's going to be a fun game. I'm looking forward to it. As I said in game 1, remember to appreciate the moment a little bit here. But Blais, can you make us some money? Oh, super chat first.
Welcome, Jamie.
$10 from Jamie saying good vibes, and for the 10 strangers that adopted me into their friend group at the bar.
Love that.
Look, with the amount of people at the bar tonight, all y'all are going to have to get real friendly, all right? Everybody's going to have to be real friendly tonight. All right. With Super Chat in the pocket, Blais, how are you winning money?
All right, let's go. Let's take a look at the betting over at DraftKings. I'm feeling Colorado money line. It's not a very good odds at minus 145, but feeling like they've got to win this game, so easy pick there. Mac anytime goal at plus 110. Going to take that. Positive money. I feel like he's going to have a big game tonight. And then like I just talked about, Bo Byram looked good in that first game. I think he's just going to kind of continue on to that same thing.
Keep riding that second pairing dream there.
I mean, 0.5 points.
A point.
Goal, assist, whatever you want there. Take your pick. Dealer's pick, plus 135.
I like it. A lot of confidence in the Avs there. I like it.
Yep.
Oh, more super chats flowing in. We appreciate y'all. $2 from Ryan saying, Blais, where are the Puka show?
that was the first game only. If they lose tonight, they're coming back though.
There we go. All right. Any other final thoughts heading into game 2 before we wrap this up and get the watch along ready?
I've got a question for you. Do you think that the Lightning are going to try to clog the neutral zone in this game? Like, do they have enough speed to clog the neutral zone in this game? Yeah.
I think they'll try. I don't know if they'll be successful.
Like, how are they going to clog it with 3 guys in the neutral zone?
Full trap?
Yep, full trap. That's what I'm wondering. Like, what are the adjustments that the Lightning are going to try to do to slow down the Avs?
Again, I think their biggest adjustment just has to be executing on the breakout.
Yeah.
They need to limit the Avs' forecheck ability. That's not really X's and O's. It's just execution, right?
Yeah.
So, you two, anything?
I mean, I do think that they'll try and
slow it down a little bit.
I think they'll try and do it. I think they'll try and do what they did in the Florida series and try and get him at the blue line specifically.
Sure. Yeah.
Create a odd man rushes the other direction.
Math adds up to me. Megan? Same boat. Got it.
Same boat. I think it was effective for like a period in the St. Louis series when St. Louis tried that with the Avalanche, but they are not completely unfamiliar to it. And so I think Tampa will certainly try it, but I don't think that the Avs can't overcome it either.
So we're all pretty confident that the Avs can crack it if they do it then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, when you have dynamic defense, the trap doesn't work.
Yeah, hard when those extra dudes are jumping in.
Well, it's just like, okay, just skate through it then.
Yep.
Go.
Okay. We're going to wrap up this pregame show right now. We appreciate all of y'all a ton. We'll be going live on the watch along in 5 to 10 minutes. If you want to watch along with us, we appreciate you tuning into that. Of course, we'll be live postgame no matter what happens, so you can tune in for the big breakdown on that side. It's Cup Finals Game 2. Looks like the teams are coming out or something. I don't know what we're cheering about, but we're probably 10, 15 minutes away from puck drop, depending on how much ESPN wants to milk it. So, we'll talk to you in like 5 to 10 minutes.